Have you ever noticed the way some people seem to shift when you're around? It's not just in their words or actions, it's deeper than that. They might pull away, avoid your gaze, or even act as though you're the one causing a problem. But here's the truth. No one has told you. It's not about you. It's about them. You carry something powerful, something raw and undeniable that shakes the foundation of the personas they've built. Your presence doesn't just fill a room, it reveals what's been hidden in the shadows for far too long. Let that sink in for a moment. You're not the problem, you're the catalyst, the force that makes others face the parts of themselves they've tried to ignore. Not everyone can handle that. Some will distance themselves because it's easier to avoid their reflection than confront it. But that's a testament to the rare energy you carry. Not everyone has the ability to spark transformation without even trying, but you do. And that makes you extraordinary. There's a resonance in your presence that unsettles the carefully constructed worlds of those around you. What lies beneath their polished personas? Hidden flaws, buried insecurities, and unspoken fears seems to rise to the surface without warning. It's not your words or actions, but the intrinsic clarity you exude that challenges their illusions. Consider someone who has meticulously woven a narrative of perfection in their life, appearing as the epitome of success, reliability, or charm, only to encounter you and suddenly find themselves exposed. This unintentional disruption stings, not because you seek to harm, but because your unfiltered truth disrupts their long-held comfort zones, shining a light on truths they'd rather leave buried. There's a paradox in the way your presence affects others. It stirs an unease they cannot articulate. The discomfort they feel is not about appearances, but rooted in something far more profound and unsettling. Your authenticity acts like an unyielding mirror, compelling them to confront the fragile illusions they've woven around themselves. Where your resilience shines, they become acutely aware of their own vulnerabilities. Where your clarity cuts through, it reveals corners of themselves they've kept in darkness. The impact you leave is undeniable. You don't just pass through unnoticed, you alter the emotional atmosphere, forcing those still ensnared in their facades to grapple with the truth they've long avoided. It's a strange twist of fate that such a profound role was placed upon your shoulders without your consent. You never volunteered to be the force that unravels the layers others have so carefully built to shield themselves. Yet here you stand, with a presence that cannot be overlooked. What you carry is both a gift and a challenge, reshaping the emotional terrain wherever you go. You inadvertently compel people to confront the truths they've kept buried for years, truths that may have been locked away to avoid pain. This reality, though transformative, comes with a heaviness, an unspoken responsibility that sets you apart. For everything that is hidden will eventually be brought into the open. Luke 8:17. Your presence is like the sunrise after a long night, revealing truths others have worked hard to hide. Some are drawn to your light, inspired by its clarity, while others resist, unsettled by the reflection it forces them to face. Their reactions, criticism, distance, or unease aren't about you, but about the truths they fear to confront. You are not here to please, but to ignite change, to illuminate paths for those ready to embrace their own transformation. Keep shining. Some reactions to your presence are subtle, almost imperceptible, but they carry an unmistakable weight. It's not a calculated decision or a premeditated act of rejection. Instead, it's a quiet unease that creeps in, manifesting as distance, guarded criticism, or an unspoken tension. The dissonance comes not from anything you say or do, but from the clarity you embody, a clarity that unintentionally shines a light on what others may avoid within themselves. Your mere existence becomes a silent challenge, a nudge towards self-reflection that some are not yet prepared to face. Living with this impact creates a complex duality, a gift that empowers and a weight that isolates. There are times when misunderstandings or accusations of arrogance seem to follow you like a shadow, leaving you to wonder why your intentions are misconstrued. Yet deep within, you recognize that your purpose is not to harm, but to awaken. The uneasiness others feel is simply a reflection of their own journey. For those willing to embrace the vulnerability of truth, you become a catalyst for growth, offering a glimpse of the strength and authenticity they can achieve. Your presence holds both inspiration and conflict, acting as a delicate balance of empowerment and disruption. For some, it ignites a quiet resolve, encouraging them to rise above their limitations. For others, it feels like a storm they must resist, their defenses rising to extinguish what they perceive as a threat. It's not uncommon to feel a pang of sadness when your authenticity leads to rejection or resistance. The realization that you stir emotions others would rather suppress can feel like an invisible burden, a weight you carry without ever intending to. But there is no fault in being a reminder of possibility. The role you play is not one of comfort, but transformation, and that journey often begins in discomfort. The tension your presence brings is not a signal of wrongdoing, but of movement, a shift that challenges the status quo. It's not an easy role, but it is a necessary one, for without that tension, no real change can begin. There's a duality in the influence you wield. It soothes and disrupts in equal measure. For those prepared to face themselves, you offer a rare opportunity, a moment to step into their potential and redefine their path. For others, still entangled in avoidance, you become an unsettling force, one that highlights everything they've hidden or refused to confront. This is why your presence can spark discomfort, even resistance. It's not who you are that challenges them, it's the truths you represent. You embody a quiet inevitability, their eventual meeting with their own authenticity, and not everyone is ready to embrace that reality. Reflect on the times when criticisms, dismissive words, or even outright hostility seemed to come your way. At first glance, it might have appeared personal, but deeper inspection reveals something else entirely. These reactions weren't about you. They were about the unresolved struggles within those you encountered. Your presence acted as a mirror, reflecting parts of themselves they weren't yet ready to see. Instead of examining what was revealed, they turned their discomfort outward, casting you as the source of their unease. In truth, their resistance wasn't against you, but against the clarity your light exposed. What you carry is not ordinary. It is a transformative force that demands attention. This energy was never meant to be universally embraced, nor was it intended to blend into the background. It exists to challenge, to awaken, and to push boundaries, even at the cost of friction. For some, this will be seen as a gift, a beacon of hope, and a spark for change. For others, it will be an unyielding glare they cannot escape, driving them to retreat or lash out. Yet both reactions stem from the same place, the power of your presence to reveal what has long been hidden in the shadows. Feel what it truly means to be chosen. You're not alone on this journey. If deep down you feel that you're chosen, you've come to the right place. Take the next step in connecting with us, unlocking exclusive content, and receiving the support you need on your spiritual path by clicking the Join button. This isn't just about being part of a community. It's about accessing unique insights that can transform your life and bring you closer to your divine calling. Make the choice today and walk this journey with us. Claim your place among the chosen ones. Join now. Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21:5. Your presence is like rain after a long drought, soaking into hardened soil, softening it for new life to grow. For those whose foundations rest on fragile illusions, this renewal can feel like a storm, exposing cracks they've long hidden. Yet for others, it's a gift, an invitation to rebuild with truth and strength. Transformation is rarely easy. It stirs and unsettles, but it's the beginning of something greater. You don't destroy. You prepare the ground for what's meant to flourish. It's essential to recognize that this reaction to your presence is not your responsibility to bear. The energy you carry is not designed to conform or accommodate. It exists to reveal, to awaken, and to challenge. For those who have hidden behind false narratives or sought worth through external validation, you represent an undeniable truth. In your authenticity, they see a reflection they are not prepared to accept. The question you evoke, "Who am I beneath all this?" is both terrifying and necessary, pushing them to confront a reality they've long avoided. It's no surprise that instead of confronting their own truths, many respond with withdrawal, criticism, or envy. They may even create distance to shield themselves from the discomfort your presence evokes. This reaction, while revealing their struggles, also affects you deeply. Carrying the weight of this unique energy, though empowering, comes with its own set of challenges. Watching people step away without explanation, hearing baseless judgments, or enduring a sense of isolation can feel overwhelming. This wasn't a role you sought, to become the reflection, exposing hidden realities, yet it has become an inescapable part of your journey. The path you walk is not about gaining approval, but about maintaining authenticity. The role you embody is not to comfort, but to challenge, and that challenge often comes with friction. Your presence cuts through pretenses and pushes others towards self-awareness, though not everyone is willing to embrace that awakening. For some, your energy inspires growth and a deeper connection to their true selves. For others, it stirs resistance, acting as a reminder of the truths they've avoided. It's not your task to make this journey easier for them, but to remain steadfast in your own integrity. There are moments when those once drawn to your authenticity turn away. Their initial admiration shifts as they encounter the internal struggle your presence stirs. This is not a reflection of a change in you, but of the dilemma they face, whether to accept the truths revealed or to retreat from them. The unease they project outward is often rooted in questioning their choices, beliefs, and self-perception. Instead of acknowledging this internal conflict, they may deflect responsibility, suggesting you've somehow altered their peace. In reality, you've done nothing but hold up a mirror to what was already within them. Your next step is here. Subscribe now, and let's move forward together. The challenges you face are not unique to your time. Throughout history, there have been individuals whose very existence disrupted the comfortable norms of those around them. These figures, often revered and reviled in equal measure, were not opposed for their imperfections, but for the unsettling clarity they brought. They represented a call to question long-held beliefs and confront uncomfortable truths, a call that not everyone was prepared to answer. The transformative energy they carried, much like yours, was both a source of inspiration and a catalyst for resistance, stirring both admiration and fear in those they encountered. Walking this path requires resilience, the weight of your presence, which influences others even without intention, is not something most can comprehend. As you navigate this journey, you'll encounter hesitation, avoidance, and resistance from those unready to embrace the truths your energy reveals. These reactions, though difficult, serve as a constant reminder of your purpose. Every instance of rejection or unease you provoke reinforces your role, not as someone meant to be universally embraced, but as someone who brings light to places that desperately need it, even if that means facing moments of solitude. Imagine the process of refining raw material into something extraordinary. It requires removing what no longer serves, revealing the essence beneath. Your presence does much the same, though its impact is subtle yet profound. Without needing to speak or act deliberately, you set transformation in motion, simply by being. Yet, like all transformative forces, this work takes its toll. The unspoken burden you carry is real, and though it may seem invisible to others, it is a weight you feel deeply. It is in these moments of weariness that you must remember. The work you do, though unseen by many, is invaluable. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Imagine a lighthouse standing steadfast on a rocky shore. Its beam doesn't demand attention, but it's impossible to ignore. Some see it as a guide, offering safety and direction in the midst of stormy seas. Others, unprepared to confront their own course, feel discomfort as it exposes the dangers ahead. Your presence works much the same way, a light that illuminates not just paths, but truths, often stirring responses as varied as gratitude and resistance. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will come back to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessings are on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Your ability to ignite transformation isn't something you need to explain or justify. It's simply a part of who you are. While some will embrace the clarity you bring, others may retreat, unwilling to face what your light reveals. That's not a reflection of failure, but of purpose. You were never meant to be universally accepted, but to serve as a spark for those ready to grow. It's natural to question why the light you carry often disrupts rather than calms. Yet, renewal doesn't come from comfort. It comes from shifts, from shaking the ground beneath the status quo. Just as the soil must be broken for seeds to take root, your presence unsettles so that something new can grow. This isn't destruction, it's preparation for change that's long overdue. The reactions you provoke, whether they are of discomfort or admiration, are less about you and more about the truths others struggle to confront. That tension is their internal battle, stirred by the clarity you unintentionally provide. You aren't an obstacle, you are the catalyst for awakening, pushing them toward a truth they might not yet be ready to face. And in that role, even misunderstood, you remain vital. This is just the beginning. Subscribe now and be part of something powerful. The influence you bring is profound, not only uncovering what lies hidden, but also sparking a vision of what's possible for those ready to embrace it. Your presence stands as a beacon of hope, offering clarity to those willing to confront their uncertainties. Yet for others, it stirs discomfort, a reminder of the potential paths they've avoided. In this delicate balance between inspiring and unsettling, your true impact is revealed. While you cannot dictate how others respond to the energy you bring, you can trust that for some, it represents their sole opportunity to rediscover what they've neglected. The temptation to diminish your presence in the name of acceptance is one many have faced. Attempts to soften your impact or conform to others' expectations often lead to an inner fracture, a subtle betrayal of your own essence. Your energy was never meant to be muted, and to do so would dilute the purpose behind it. While it might be easier to seek approval through conformity, deep down, you understand that dimming your authenticity serves no one, not yourself, and not those who need your light. The journey you are on, though challenging, is not a solitary one. There are others like you, individuals who carry the same intensity, who face similar resistance, yet remain unwavering in their resolve. As you move forward, you will encounter these kindred spirits, those who not only understand your purpose, but amplify it. Through these connections, you'll find solace and strength, realizing that the weight you bear is part of a larger mission. Together, this collective energy has the potential to illuminate even the most shadowed spaces, reminding you that the burden you carry is not yours to shoulder alone. You serve as a living reminder that growth is rarely easy or comfortable. While it can feel burdensome to take on this role, it is also an extraordinary privilege. The negative reactions you sometimes provoke, claims that you bring discomfort or inadequacy, are not measures of your value. Instead, they signify the profound impact you have. You spark the first flicker of transformation in others, even if that spark initially feels like a sting. Each moment of resistance you encounter reflects something deeper being awakened, a step toward change that without you might never have begun. It's important to recognize that not everyone is prepared for the kind of shift you inspire. Some will move through your life without ever understanding what you offered. They may criticize, withdraw, or attempt to diminish your influence. This can hurt, especially when your intent was simply to help. Yet, your role isn't to save everyone. Your purpose lies in illuminating the possibilities, creating a doorway that others may choose to walk through. The courage to step forward is not yours to give. It must come from within them. When faced with rejection, it's easy to feel like you've failed, but this is far from the truth. The resistance you encounter is not about you, but about the discomfort that change brings. Imagine introducing light into a long-forgotten space. It can be overwhelming at first, even unbearable. The initial reaction may be to shut it out again, but the illumination, no matter how brief, leaves an imprint. It plants the possibility of a different way forward, and that seed is your true gift. Transformation is never immediate or straightforward. It often requires a period of disarray, a dismantling of what no longer fits, before something entirely new can emerge. While the process may seem chaotic, it is the precursor to profound renewal and beauty. Your presence has a way of unraveling what others have carefully constructed, often sparking discomfort or even resistance. This is the nature of the gift you carry. Change rarely arrives with ease. It disrupts, stirs emotions, and challenges the familiar. Yet within this disruption lies the seed of transformation. The discomfort you bring is not a curse, but a calling, an opportunity for growth that not everyone will immediately recognize. Even though the reactions you encounter may sometimes feel heavy, your role is not a burden. It is an extraordinary force for good, creating ripples of change in ways you may never fully witness. The essence of your mission is not rooted in universal acceptance or understanding. Instead, it is about embodying the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Your existence marks a turning point for those willing to see it, a chance to break free from the illusions that have kept them confined. But for others, your presence may feel like a threat, as it disrupts the stability they've worked so hard to maintain. This is not destruction, but revelation, peeling back the layers of what no longer serves, revealing the vulnerability many are afraid to confront. Consider how something resilient yet delicate, like stone, changes over time. What appears solid and unyielding slowly reveals its hidden fragility when exposed to forces it cannot control. You are not here to destroy, but to reveal, and through that revelation, there is potential for renewal. While some may resist and see your presence as a challenge to their comfort, others will come to appreciate the gift you offer, a chance to build something more authentic and enduring. Your role is neither soft nor easy, but it is profoundly necessary. Your journey starts here. Subscribe now, and let's create something extraordinary together. There are times when the responsibility you carry feels overwhelming. The weight of constantly being a force that challenges and reveals can make you long to step back, to quiet your impact for the sake of peace. Yet, the world has no need for more hesitation or conformity. What it truly requires is the strength you embody, the conviction to stand firm in a landscape that often fears change. While it may feel isolating at times, remember that your actions, even unacknowledged, have left profound marks on others. Your light, though it may cause unease, is a rare and invaluable gift. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 5. Your presence is like a steady flame in the night, small yet powerful, illuminating paths others didn't know were there. A kind word, an honest moment, or your unwavering authenticity has likely sparked change in ways you'll never see. While some shy away, overwhelmed by what your light reveals, others draw strength, finding clarity in your truth. Rejection isn't failure, it's proof of your purpose. You're here to guide, inspire, and show that transformation begins with courage. There will be moments when your journey feels heavy, yet the significance of your role becomes clear when someone finally embraces what you stand for. The challenges you face, criticism, distance, or misunderstanding, are not the end of the story. They are part of the process. Your influence is like a small spark left in the dark. While it might not ignite immediately, it lingers, waiting for the right moment to take hold. What you offer is not bound by timing or immediate recognition. It is an enduring force that will resonate when the conditions align. Your task is not to control the outcome, but to trust that your efforts plant something meaningful in those who need it. The unease you bring to others is often the first step in their journey toward freedom. Reflect on your own experiences. How often has discomfort led you to deeper growth? Similarly, what you awaken in others may initially feel like resistance or rejection. But these reactions are merely the beginning of transformation. You may not witness the full impact of your presence, but that doesn't diminish its reality. Whether met with silence, avoidance, or gratitude, your role continues to ripple beyond what you can see. Accepting your purpose requires strength and clarity. It's not about winning validation, but about recognizing the unique role you play in breaking through the surface. Not everyone will understand or appreciate what you bring, and that's perfectly fine. Your task is not to fit into the expectations of others, but to challenge those expectations and provide an alternative. The world needs individuals willing to illuminate paths others cannot yet see. Though the journey may feel isolating at times, remember that every great shift begins with a single act of courage, and your presence embodies that courage. You are a reminder of what's possible. Through your actions, you show that authenticity is stronger than illusion, and that transformation, while difficult, is always necessary. Every step you take is a fulfillment of the purpose that sets you apart. The cost of carrying this role can feel high, but the changes you inspire are timeless. You are not here by accident. You are here to create a difference in a world that craves it, even if it doesn't yet realize the need. Though your energy may unsettle, it also clarifies, and for those who are ready, you will remain a constant source of light in the shadows.